The killing of Mrs Olufunke Olakunrin, daughter of the Afenifere leader, Pa Reuben Fasoranti, on July 12, 2019 sparked national outcry for justice for the deceased. Mrs Olakunrin was murdered along Ore-Shagamu Highway on her way to Lagos, and the tragic loss attracted dignitaries nationwide, including the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who paid condolence visits to her father. Months after, the police arrested some suspects, including the public relations officer, Ondo State chapter of the Miyetti Allah Association of Nigeria, and were arraigned at a Chief Magistrate's Court in Akure on counts of murder, kidnapping, illegal possession of firearms, among others. After the prosecution proved that the defendants had case to answer, the matter was transferred to the High Court, which has jurisdiction to adjudicate on murder and kidnapping. There were arguments and counter-arguments between prosecution and defense counsel before Justice William Olamide of the Ondo State High Court on whether the defendants committed the offences preferred against them or not. In his consecutive verdict on Friday, on the 9 counts, Justice Olamide held that the prosecution established the 3 elements of murder and conspiracy to commit murder beyond reasonable doubt. The judge said testimonies from prosecution witnesses and the autopsy reports established that Mrs. Olakunrin died from excessive blood loss from the gunshots at the scene of the robbery carried out by the convicts were sufficient enough to convict them. He also held that the suspect's shooting was responsible for Mrs. Olakunrin's death on July 12, 2019, and held that the prosecution succeeded in convincing the court that the suspects intentionally murdered the woman. The judge also found them guilty of robbery and conspiracy to commit robbery, which goes for 7 years jail terms, as the convicts also bagged life imprisonment for kidnapping, but the judge freed one of them, Àwàlù Abubakar, on the grounds that the prosecution failed to prove the allegation of aiding and abetting leveled against them. Justice Olamide, however, urged government to tackle security challenges in the country to prevent criminal elements from sending innocent Nigerians to untimely graves. Reacting to the judgment, lead prosecutor Justice Olamide said judgment has been properly served, while one of the defense counsel, Afenifere, said he will study the verdict and take necessary steps.
Obviously, the position of the defense was actually depleted by the court, who came to the conclusion that their defense was an afterthought. There was a thorough investigation that spanned through 3 states of the Federation, Edo State, Lagos State, before they were brought to Ondo State, where finally they confessed to the offense of this murder, kidnapping, and armed robbery. They were fixed to the scene of the crime, and cogent evidence were given by persons who were with them in the forest for 7 days.
In the interim, we are going to study the judgment of the court from the A facts to the grave of it, in determining whether perhaps there could be a grant for appeal. That is the audit. So we appreciate the court. We appreciate the counsel on the other side, as led by the AG, the DPP, and other distinguished lawyers there on the side of the state.
Without prejudice to rights of the convicts to appeal, they are to die by hanging, while Àwàlù Abubakar is now a free man after about 3 years at the Lokuta Correctional Facility. Richard Ilesanmi, OSRC News.